Well, I just saw a movie last night with my girl, and I'll tell you, it was I don't remember ever seeing it come out in theaters. And she picked up because it was a Jackie Chan flick called Dragon Blade, and I will have to tell you, Jackie Chan is in his usual form, even though he's not playing a Chinese character anymore. He was playing a Mongol. As it comes down to, he was playing a Mongol, who was raised by the Chinese, working for the protection squad that patrolled the Silk Road, turning foes into friends. You know something, that is an excellent lesson from that movie. If nothing else, that you can turn your foes into your friends. I'm not big on all the actors that were in it, and I'm not going to get into a lot of spoilers. It was a fun movie, but I will have to admit we had some difficulties with the PlayStation controller since the movie was in the PlayStation, and at one point we were watching the movie at 1.5 speed, which honestly, it is hilarious because I did not realize how much Jackie Chan waddles, with a wide step, until you're looking at him coming into the room at 1.5 times speed. So we wound it back and then got it running the right speed, but it was fantastic and far more dramatic than I'm used to out of a Jackie Chan flick. There was some humor, which is very typical for Jackie Chan and his whole thought, and there was excellent martial arts fighting, and it even showed Roman fighting styles in a good light against Asian fighting styles, which surprised me because most martial arts flicks, if you take a Western society fighting style, they will do everything to denigrate that style compared to whatever Asian martial art is ruling the universe. But this was different. They showed highs and lows. There were a lot of good. It's a John Cusack film as well. The action was directed by Jackie Chan. Go figure, Jackie Chan flick that he's the action director, or in other words, probably doing a lot of the making sure the action sequences work within his style. It is a subtitled movie, so those of you who don't like to read through a movie that's said partially in a foreign tongue, and it's not all the movie, it's just the early part of the movie where mainly he's dealing with Asian tongues, including Persian and Mongol and all the various languages of the nations around the area that China also controlled. And it showed interesting insights into, they even glorified Roman building techniques, because it was surprising that they were able to do that. It was surprising they chose to do that. But, as all the people who are fairly well versed in history know, the one thing about the Roman army was that it was also outfitted to be a laboring army, because the Romans knew that a bored army was a dangerous thing. It could be used and turned against its own nation, because when you get bored, you get discontent. When you get discontent, you get dangerous thoughts in the eyes of generals and such. So the fact that the Roman army, when they occupied a place, they built roads, they built aqueducts, they built up fortifications, because it kept them busy. It was busy work. But they showed how some of the Roman building techniques were valuably applicable to restoring a city. And that was a lovely thing. And I will say, for the whole movie overall, I think it was an excellently balanced flick that had martial arts in it, but that it showed the advantages and disadvantages of both sides of the conflict. Nobody had a clear winner. It wasn't a bunch of, the martial artists come in and they just kung fu everybody to death. No, it was very, very much a balanced fictional portrayal of an interesting time of the history of the Silk Road. And I like the fact that they emphasized, even though China was the initial strong point statement of this, the impetus of this movie, it was the Silk Road and how everybody wanted it. Not one group or another might want it. Everybody wanted control of the Silk Road because it was the major form of economic transportation in its era. So this was interesting that they focused on the Silk Road, and they focused on how each nation really kind of wanted some of it, but didn't get a chance to hold on to the Silk Road. It was going to be maintained in balance and harmony, in peace with neighboring nations, because economies are wounded by war. They're always wounded by war. And one person taking prevalence over another, creating disadvantage, struggles will become warlike. If you keep everybody at peace, then everyone can prosper. And it was an excellent message. There were a couple other very good messages. There was also the two different sides sang songs that were of the kind of songs that stirred the hearts of those particular soldiers. And I think it was an excellent movie. I was hoping to keep this down below 10 minutes, and since I'm at 8 minutes and 11 seconds, I am going to bounce. But I will tell you, if you have a chance to pick this up, it may be in the low-cost bin at Walmart. Dragon Blade with Jackie Chan. Okay, look it up if you can. Ooh, little earthquake, it seems. So anyway, look it up if you can. Peace out for today. Peace out for tomorrow. Peace out to my Illuminars and Mysterians. I am the illumANark, and I will see you again soon.